Yeah. So I don't know what's keeping you from completing stuff. You gotta kind of gotta figure that out. But like I did Ragged Dragos Crew on all patrons. That was Relentless Peril now on all patrons. So now I'm going to be on the Madness of Yeenoghu for all patrons, 675. So yeah, it's requiring more, but the one I had a little problems with, I almost thought I wasn't going to finish, was Strahd's Relentless Peril. So that means I really need to focus on doing the all of these for the other patrons first so that I can carry their global blessings, like their global perks, into Strahd's version, right? So it's a stepping stone. Um, do the first one for all three, then do the second one for all three, because you want to layer those perks. You want to layer those perks. Okay, yeah, this is. Okay. We're gonna go spend my newly acquired influence here in a second, so you can see what I mean. Uh, 675. We're getting most of them. This should be an hour. Should be an hour. So the challenge with this one is that you get stunned when you kill things. Now this is why we're going to use fire breath potions. So we're not actually the ones killing things. Every now and then, our DPS will have to hit something to set the bud again, but then you're just riding that bud damage with your fire breath potion, so you avoid part of the problem here. Okay, so we just did Vajra. We just did Vajra perks. Oh, geez, I didn't even have her. That's part of the problem. I didn't have her in her locals. So we're doing a Mirt variant. So we're going to come down this right-hand side. Spending efficiently so I get the most bang for my buck here. And we want 5 more. This is so weird. 103. Not one more. I'm gonna go over here. So for the patron that you're not doing, you want to max out the right-hand side. Just all this damage, right? 80 more. Good lord. This is more. This makes more sense. That's probably. So, I guess 68 more. These weird alternating ones that I hate. I'm really just min-maxing this, folks, and I know it's, but you know, I you don't have to do it this way. You absolutely don't. But this is getting the most I can out of the influence I have. So really, I want to put more down here, but I can't. I got to put 35 points in before I can get there. I think it's going to max these out and then part of this. But I haven't done this in so long, I don't want to rely on that potentially faulty memory. This one's going to max out first? Like, why? It's not, it's the wrong tier. What do you... See any, please. See any, please. And now that one's catching up to this one. Okay. See, I thought that's how it was going to go, but I couldn't remember for sure. There, and now I run out. So I want to come over here and I want to make sure Strahd the same way. Yes. So I have all the global power that I can get from Strahd and Vajra while I'm doing Mirt, and Mirt is leveled down the left-hand side. Mirt is leveled down the left-hand side because when you're doing Mirt, you want, when you're doing a patron, you want their global side maxed out. So that's what we're doing. Let's go to the shop and see. Yes, I have enough influence now to buy the Conjured Spider. I don't have enough Symbols of Vajra. So when we do the Madness Yeenoghu for Vajra, I'll be able to buy the Conjured Spider. I could also pick up and unlock Jaheira if I wanted. But I don't. But I mean, I could. I could change our whole thing. I get a Potion of Polish. But yeah, the most important thing to me right away is the Conjured Spider. The Conjured Spider. So that's what we're shooting for. And we've already gotten the Golden Flame Skull here. So I could choose to get more favor from Jarlaxle. That might be nice. Actually, I probably do want that. 50% gold find for deep runs is a big deal. Potion of Polish could be nice. Unlocking Warden could be nice, but I think that probably that gold feed's probably better. Feel silly I didn't reset to gold, but that's, don't even worry. That's, again, that's more like full min-max strategy, is trying to reset them as you do each, like as you switch around. That's why some people will just try to do like one patron and grind all of that patron out. But when, that's fine if you have lots of power and it's not an issue, but when you don't, doing the same variant, but doing it for one patron and then the next and then the next and the next lets you stack that power from that you just got for the next one. That's why I try to do this efficiently. So I'm trying to follow my guide. Raga Draga's crew I do first. Relentless Peril I do second, but you know, you want to do them in order. Then Madness of Yeenoghu. Then we'll do Madcap Adventures Redux, and then the Archduke's Blessing. Gold chest. Dang it. Yeah, I see it looking right. I see it in my server list. But yeah, we still need to do a deep run. That's why I kind of want that gold find feed for Jarlaxle. So we need to do one more deep run here in Avernus. I want to wait until we've done these efficient patron variants, this little mini patron grind that we're on, because of the perk power that will provide for pushing. And then we add that feed on top, and hopefully we'll get to. I want 2.5 E44. So I basically want to gain E10 favor over what I have now, so that I can get everything. Well, Pranali, that should be the easiest order. It should be. Ragadraga's crew should be the easiest of those. And not, instead of doing them in order of the lowest area goal, that's not necessarily easier because some of those restrictions are harder. So I tried to do them in the least restrictive steps without looking at the area goals, because the restriction can make a lower area goal stuff harder. There's a specific adventure you do to deep run in Avernus, like the Dead 3, I think, is what we were doing. Yeah, I think I was doing the Dead 3. Either A Tale of Two Cities or the Dead 3, I think. I'd have to... Hold on, let me go look again. What you want is something that doesn't have armor in it. And everything in Avernus has armor in it. So you got to be out of Avernus. So yeah, the Dead 3 was the one I was going off of. There's only like one hit based. Everything else, regular health. I think Tale of Two Cities probably works, though. Tale of Two Cities would work. It's got 2 hit based things. Again, not a big deal. So one of those two. I think the Darkness Runs Deeper might have armor in it. It does, as an armored boss. And Difficult Terrain might have an armored boss. It does. It has 2 of them. So yeah, Dead 3 or Tale of Two Cities. And I know there's a blessing for like doing more damage when you're in a hellish area somewhere. I don't know. Where is it? Right here, 2,000% damage. The problem is like armor? I mean, I know that's a 21x damage buff, but armor? Maybe that should overcome armor, right? Let's think about that. I mean, it should. It should let you go further. But I just still usually ignore it. Hey, bunny bees. Oh, Pranali Extreme Heat. Uh, yeah, it's the key to Extreme Heat is that you want to run a formation that ideally you're shielding everybody and you don't have a lot of tanks. Like you have maybe one tank that gets health and shares it, because too much health means you take too much damage. And I know this is a 3 champion frontline, but if you can kill everything before they get to you, great. Otherwise, there's other ways around that, like Gale or Turiel or Krydal. That's why it's the last one on the list, because it's the hardest. Yeah, I feel like for me, Ryback, it's just that it slows me down. I don't know that it would stop me, and I might be able to push a little further, but it's like, oh. So I just do the Dead 3. But yeah, what you do is you look for adventures that don't have armored enemies in it. And if you can find one in any campaign, the fastest one you can do that doesn't have armor is usually what you want to do. And so, yeah. So I just go for the Dead 3 Inverness. Yeah, definitely don't use health potions on Extreme Heat. Definitely don't have health nodes activated in your Modron core for Extreme Heat. Yeah. Any of those, you're taking persistent damage, persistent max health damage, like every second type of variance. You have to build a whole different type of team that's based around low health, that's still like the lowest possible health that can still progress. And shields. Although I think what I used was a combination of Orkira and Calliope recently for one of those types of things, and made sure that the fields went on Orkira and people adjacent to her, and then the healing went to everybody else, and that helped. But still, shields are great. Yeah, I'm gonna count that as the big scratch. Look at it. Ooh, man! Last night was another one of those I cannot sleep nights. It was not good. I'm looking forward to going to bed already. I'm already looking forward to going to bed. There's no Formula One this weekend, so I can go to bed early if I want. I'm gonna go to bed early if I want. How are we doing on time? We have 6:75. Yeah, we're good so far. We're about a third of the way through the time potions, but we're over a third of the way through the variant. That's what we like to see. What am I up to on potions now? 4, 6, 4, 1. All right. Not the worst. Still not enough to stop buying potions, though. Stop buying chests. I was hoping we could get a massive horde and I could then save up for the next familiar, but actually I don't think I want to save for the familiar. I think Yeah, because it's the Almirage 50K. What I want to save for is 50K, any 50K speed feeds. This one. We're a treant. Increase the effect of Humon's carefully balanced ability by 80% for 50K. I want that. And I want second wind. Decrease the time it takes Shandy's dash ability to trigger from 30 seconds to 10 seconds. I want that one first. I want that one first. That'd be great. He's got no meat. I don't have all of those, right? Look quickly now. We'll be right back. 80% for 50K. So there's 3 50K feats I need. Where isn't she? Doesn't have one, right? Briv's got wasting haste, but we're nowhere near that yet. Yeah. Oh, Whittle might have one. I think she does. Oh, that's right. She's got one in a chest and then another one for 50K. So, all right. Wow, Lurking Rider. Wow. Look. Just because you don't like a Star Wars movie doesn't mean everybody doesn't like it. I've enjoyed all the Star Wars movies. I don't understand the hate. But I mean, there's some that could have been better, but that most movies could have been better. There are very few perfect movies out there. Princess Bride is one of them, but there are very few perfect movies out there. Princess Bride, Labyrinth. These were perfect movies. Spaceballs. Well, yeah. I feel like maybe some of the jokes are like, but but that was Mel Brooks. Love it. Love the movie. Quote most of it. I think that's probably one of the more quotable movies in existence. Man, I watched Blazing Saddles like ever 6 years ago. Again, just to be like, does this hold up? And I was like, oh God, why is this relevant right now? Why is this relevant right now? That's how you know it's a good movie. Right? I really do wish that, Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money would have come out. Especially now with all of the Star Wars movies that have released and all of the other Because it wasn't just about Spaceballs wasn't just about a star being a parody of Star Wars. It had commentary on all the sci-fi space movies of its time, and there's so many of those nowadays that I think it, Spaceballs 2 would really be pretty great. Could be. Has the potential to be. Pretty great. I don't know, yeah, at this point you could do Spaceballs 3, the search for Spaceballs 2, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just glad they're not like they're remaking so many movies nowadays. Some that have already been remade already, and they're doing it again. And it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, if you're making a better, more true, like if they water down the story the first time, and you're like, well, we're gonna make it, and it's gonna be more true to the intention, sure. But when it's just, I don't know, redoing it so that you don't have to pay the other people royalties again, I don't know. It feels weird. And they do that with TV shows too. Specifically, hey, we're gonna do like 4 seasons of this show, and then we're gonna cancel it. And then in 5 years, we're going to reboot it. And that's going to reset all our contracts. And then we can tell the story again and make money off all of you without paying people what they're owed. Right? Like, what? Why? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Yeenoghu. Stop it. That's the real madness of Yeenoghu. Yeah, like the Deadpool movies. I'll be interested to see Deadpool versus Wolverine. The Deadpool movies are like movies that are trying to semi-seriously be a superhero movie, while also just being kind of a comedy, an extremely like crude humor comedy. That's like the appeal. Yeah. How long until the next Batman reboot? I'll be honest, I really liked the most recent one. I kind of liked the most recent one. Like, I'm like, they could do more with that. I'd be happy. I like that it was like young Batman walking around in his Doc Martens. Like, I don't know why I like that, but I like it. I like it. That's the me that used to stomp around in combat boots, and I'm like, yeah, give me more of that, Batman. Yeah, 2021, yeah. The one that was so dark when I saw it in a drive-in, I couldn't tell what was going on. I had to just listen. I had to watch it again when it came out on stream, and I was like, oh, that was going on in that scene. Okay. Yeah, I listened like a for me, I will say, it's just kind of a function of, I guess, my age. For me, my favorite Batman was the 1987 Batman. It's an 87. So, like, the only thing I liked about, I finally broke down and watched that recent Flash movie, and the only thing I liked about it was 1987 Batman. Michael Keaton. Plus, also, look, the Joker. I mean, come on. That Joker. I mean, look, I know there was recently a good Joker, but my God. I loved that Joker. And the soundtrack with Prince. I know Bad Dance is silly, but still. Prince. Adam West leaves chat. I saw those when I was growing up, and I don't know. Kind of the campy, humorous Batman was never my Batman. I watched him. Yeah, I like Batman the Detective, not Batman, the one percenter who pimps out his Batmobile with guns. Like, no, I don't want that Batman. I don't care if there's a comic that has that Batman in it. I don't want that Batman. I just don't. Did I not enjoy the George Clooney version in that one? No, I feel like that movie left me a little cold. It was a bit nipply in the theaters when I watched that one. I don't know. Not, yeah. Am I getting it through? Am I getting through to you the problem with that? I don't know. Bat nipples. There, I said it, folks. Said it. No, it's not good. It's not good. There were some other, Batmans that had some good characters in it, but I didn't understand that. Hey, we're gonna do different people playing Batman over and over, and it's like, why? Still like, I liked the consistency of the Dark Knight trilogy. I liked the consistency of that. I would like to see them do, find a good Batman story and tell it. I would love to see, what was the? I never got to see all of the animated series, but the one with the older Batman with the younger, like, and then he's training the younger Batman, and I want that one. But somebody will put it in chat. I want that in a movie series. I want a series of it. The one set in the future. Yeah, I don't have a comic experience for Batman, just films and TV shows. Batman Beyond, yes. I want a Batman Beyond series of movies. Movie doesn't have to be good to be great. Well, we talked about guilty pleasure movies once. And that's where the movies that are bad, but you just can't stop, like, you just love watching them. But they're bad. Like, you recognize this is not a good movie. But oh god, I can't stop watching it. And that doesn't just mean it's bad, but it's like there's something about it that keeps you watching. I do not want Clint Eastwood in the movie anymore. No, thank you. So no, not Clint Eastwood is Old Man Bruce. I mean, Michael Keaton could do it, sure, but who have I been watching recently? And hold on, let me see how. I don't like, how tall is he? Because I kind of want to. Yeah, he could probably do it. I've recently been watching real freaky series called Outer Range, which has stars Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin could probably pull it off. He's like 5'10", so they put him in some, stand-uppy boots to get him over 6 feet. He's in his mid to late, by the time, late 50s. He could probably pull off. Give him a gray beard, because he's got has a gray goatee in this show. And, have him grow out a beard and be older Batman. He could probably pull it off. I don't know. Who else? It's funny as hell, but that would not work. They need to give me pictures. Some of these are not. These people aren't alive anymore. Why are you? No. What? Let me change my group. Nope, that doesn't work either. I'm looking at some of these people who are in the age range. I'm like, this would be a good age range. I'm like, oh God, no. These people can't. They shouldn't be allowed to touch it at all. Don't let them anywhere near it. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Yeah, so far I think I'm on the Josh Brolin as older Batman train. Unless, hold on, let me see. Michael Keaton ever grown out a beard? Michael Keaton looked like with a beard. I mean, he kind of had that. He was kind of beard. I didn't like his beard in that movie, but he's kind of trying. I don't know. Yeah, I think Josh Brolin would probably do a good job. Well, yeah, no, nothing. I'm talking right now, not like, hey, who could have done it at some point? I don't. But for right now, if you were gonna start casting this, certain people in their older age they have shown their really problematic sides, and I don't want those people anywhere near Batman. No, yeah, that's what I was looking at. Is Clooney's in the right age now? No, it's not just about the right age. It's about the persona that they have to give off, and Clooney wasn't good at it back then. He's not going to be good at it now. Well, he was the worst. I mean, subjective, Rafflin. For me, Batfleck is the worst Bat. I can't stand. I just personally can't stand Ben Affleck in movies. I recognize that that's a me problem. So it's just subjective about who your worst Batman was. So for me, it's Batfleck, because to me, Ben Affleck doesn't actually portray characters. He just walks in as himself and reads lines. That's all I ever. That's all I can ever see when I watch him in a movie. It's like, hi, that guy's just reading lines off the page. Like he's not really acting. To me, that's just I can't. It kills me. Kills me. I mean, Affleck in Good Will Hunting was basically just Affleck playing himself. It felt like so. Like I said, he's just a guy that kind of he just walks in. And he's like, "Hi, I'm Ben Affleck, but call me this for an hour and a half. I'm not gonna be that character, but you should call me this for an hour and a half." No, no, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. All right, we need better DPS. We're already running into some issues. Yeah, he was fine he's fine in Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, because he's just himself. Again, it's like, but like I've tried to watch Ben Affleck in other movies, and I'm just like, I don't. Give the guy a reality show and get it over with, because that's feels like that's all he's really doing is just playing himself. Was he in? Was he? Did he die in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? That's great. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I saw that movie. Yeah, Michael Caine's another actor. He just plays himself. He pulls it off better than Affleck, I will say. There are a lot of actors out there who just play them. They're just it's hi, I'm me, and I'm reading these lines today. Thanks, Christopher Walken. Just hi, I'm me. Can you believe this is me in this movie? And yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Now I'm trying to think of my favorite Christopher Walken. Not a normal one. I feel like it's not a normal thing that people would be like, oh yeah. But maybe it is. Where is it? The Prophecy. The original The Prophecy. That's it. Yeah. I like that. That's my favorite Christopher Walken movie. Well, they could have stopped at the first one probably, but I don't really remember The Prophecy 2 or 3, but the first Prophecy movie with Christopher Walken. But he also does the same. He's just Christopher Walken. Say Ben Affleck is to acting as Bob Dylan is to singing. No, because I think a singer is just himself. You can have some singers who can sing and sound like other people. Like Jason Charles Miller can come close to sounding like other, but a singer is, I think in singing, usually your primary goal is to be you singing, right? Whereas for acting, it's not. It's you're supposed to be the other. You're supposed to be the character you're portraying, and not just you reading lines. Like there's a difference between those two things that I don't necessarily think applies to singing. Well, I don't know about his as far as their writing goes, I don't pay attention to that. Yeah, Jason Statham. Look, Jason Statham movies are definitely just pretty much put any Jason Statham movie on my guilty pleasures list because Jason Statham doesn't play characters. He's just a badass. He's just like, hi, I'm badass Jason Statham in every movie, and that's fine because he gets typecast into that type of role. It works, right? But he's not trying to do like some. Well, I hope God, I hope not. I hope he's not trying to do some like high level bougie type movie, right? He's just like, hi, this is the kind of movie I do. Let's go. Like ever since the Transporter, it's like, yeah, just pile them on the list. No, I don't. I almost said Jason Statham doesn't go out trying to do Shakespeare, but dang it. But I feel like you put that out into the world, and the next thing you know, that's going to happen. And I don't know. Maybe it's something the world needs. I don't know. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about other things. I could be wrong about this. We're going to need more than just a DPS swap here, folks. Okay. Hold on. Get over here. Get wrecked. I hadn't even finished leveling her up yet. Oh god, Astarion killed her because of that. That's funny. Yeah, this is way better. How much time we got left on this speed potion? Oh yeah, we're toasted. See, with this group, just minus Whittle, can rock like 700 areas with an hour-long speed potion. Ever done a tier? I don't do tier lists. I tried it once and I can't. I don't like tier lists. I tried to do tier lists based off the roll tags in game, and I just got so much shit from people who just couldn't keep their opinions to themselves. Like telling me not just saying, "Hey, I think this," but your guide is wrong and it should be like this. And I'd say, well, but this is why. Well, then why did you even make this? This is pointless because your thing is wrong. It's like, no, it's not. Yeah, I don't need that in my life. There's another content creator, Teardack, that does tier lists. I refuse. I refuse. I think Jason Statham would probably be an unexpected hit as the only human in a Muppet movie. I think he could probably do a couple. There's probably a few Muppet versions of movies that Statham can do That would be pretty fantastic. Some games tier lists make sense for. Not this one, in my opinion. I have a super secret DPS list, but it's not a tier list. Why not swap Caddy or Kier so one more person gets the heals? Why would it matter? We're not being damaged. Yeah, but especially in Idle Champions, where things can vary so much based off your gear, and where you've invested your legendaries, and what cores do you have available to you, and all this kind of stuff. Tier list to me just I don't know that they really help as much as people would like. We can talk about strong champions in slots and bench seats. Which is kind of how Tier Deck does his thing, but even then, you're doing it in kind of a vacuum because you're not talking about like everything is so dependent on who else is in your formation. It's just it's tough to do. I mean, I know you're joking here, Bunny Beast, on my DPS tier list. Back when I was making my own personal tier list just for my use, and not posting them publicly, Artemis came out as a mid-tier DPS. There were like half the DPS in the game were better than he was, and he had more item levels than they did by 2 to 3 times. So, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. To me, that says failure in the early to mid, but for most of the game until you get to high level item levels, that's a failure of the champion. Ryan Reynolds is another one of those characters who is real successful at just being Ryan Reynolds in movies. It feels like, but in a good way. Whereas Ben Affleck is the bad way. Ryan Reynolds is multiplicatively stacking, and Ben Affleck is additively stacking.